My name is Andrew McLean. I live in Park City, Utah. We're in my basement, my gear room, and I am a ski mountaineer. I was born in Salt Lake City. My mom was a ski instructor and my dad was an ophthalmologist. So we moved around quite a bit. We eventually ended up in Seattle. So I grew up skiing around the Alpental area, which had some really great steep ski terrain. My early days of skiing, we just had no choice in it. You go skiing Saturday and Sunday, get in the car, shut up, go skiing. It was great. I didn't really think of skiing as an important part of my life until I was probably getting around college. When I started at the Rhode Island School of Design, I brought my skis with me for the first year, and I didn't use them a single time. You know, Rhode Island wasn't a great skiing or climbing destination in itself, but it was kind of a springboard for future adventures. So I decided to start manufacturing my own rock climbing hook called the Talon. I made about 500 of them, and then one of the first ones landed in the hands of Black Diamond, and they ended up buying the design, and they asked what I did, and I was a designer, and they said, well, do you want to work for us? And I was like, perfect.
When I got here at Black Diamond in '99, Andrew already had proven to be a pretty innovative, inventive designer with the wire gate carabiner. He followed that up, I believe, with the Whippet. And then we got assigned a new crampon project. We built some prototypes of that crampon and then drove up to the Tetons and went up and did the run, don't walk couloir on Mount Owen, basically as a field test. That's the cool thing about Andrew, is he's really good at designing stuff, fabricating a prototype, and then going out and using it and testing it as if it was being used by really hardcore users.
One of the first backcountry experiences that I had that changed my whole experience on skiing was when we did a dawn patrol on Alta's main Baldy chute. I was out with Alex Rhode, and it was a great snow day in midweek, and Alex said, oh, you know, we should go up and do it tomorrow morning before work. And to me, that was just like a whole new thought. It was like, no, you have to wait for the patrol, you have to wait for it to be open, you have to buy a ticket. And I just thought, oh, sure, I've got nothing to lose. So we started out and made it to the top right at sunrise, and it was a beautiful day, and the sun was coming up, and as we looked down, it was just completely filled with maybe knee or thigh deep powder, unbroken. The sun was just hitting it, it was lighting up. It was just an incredible experience. And all of a sudden it was like, wow, you know, this changes everything. Alex Rhode, Dave Bridges, Dan Rector, Roman Latta, Kip Gar, Hans Sari, Carl Skoog, Doug Coombs. All these people, I can't bring myself to really delete their names from my phone book or email list. Avalanche accidents, the irony of them is they're so clear in retrospect, but it's obviously not that easy to predict all of that beforehand. Sometimes slopes don't fracture, sometimes they do. The mountain doesn't know you're an avalanche expert. You need to apply what you know. What affects me most is when you see how it affects their family. It's really not worth it to, you know, take these chances if you don't have to. If it could happen to those guys, it could easily happen to me. I would definitely not encourage my kids to get into ski mountaineering. You know, I think about that a lot nowadays because of the pressure that people feel to, you know, jump off cliffs, and the injury rate and some fatalities and things like that. And, you know, I want my kids to enjoy skiing, and I want to go skiing with them. If they decide to become full-time skiers on their own, that's great, but they have a lot of other things in life that I encourage as well, if not more. There was obviously a lot more money in working a more traditional career path, and I had a job offer in Manhattan, and I eventually made up some excuse that, you know, I'd had another job offer and I was going to stay in Seattle. Being in the location is really number one. What really changed my opinion on that is when I started going on some bigger expeditions where you are a ski guide to people who are very wealthy, and the very wealthy people were like, you've got it made. It's like, really? I hadn't thought of it that way. You know, it's like here are people with endless amounts of money. And what do they want to do with the money? They want to go skiing, they want to go adventuring, which is what I'm doing now. So maybe I should just be happy and be in the moment and make the most of it. You can either have time or money, and I like the idea of having time in a place where you can really enjoy it.